What's up? Got some paperwork here. We're gonna do this in front of the lines. Okay. Here's the first thing I want to say is how this stuff's working. Okay? This is how it's working. We've developed it to the point now where this stuff interacts, this electric field with the radio waves and communication. It works with my face. I have a crutch. They call it a crutch. It goes across your face, here and here, and it runs through your nose. Whenever I'm talking, that frequency gets reflected back, goes through my nose, and hits my bone and conducts, it demodulates the signal. And whatever's up in the sky that can control the weather with electromagnetics and then pull the, listen to tailpipes too, okay? Because the tailpipes change the harmonics and it's an amplitudinal pressure. And that works right with the face and the nose and the sinuses. But whatever's in the sky or at somebody's house, it communicates back and forth. And what it is, it's pulling literal, I thought it was filament, like from a tube radio. I don't know what I did with the paperwork, but here it is. The world's most powerful tube. Okay? The world's most powerful, it's a radio tube. They stopped making them in the United States of America. They're banned because of the filament. The filament is, it's a piece of wire with a metal coating, like gold-plated chains, and it's a coating. And it gets red hot, and that's what causes frequency. It's how an old picture tube television works. Okay, it's a cathode. It's a magnetron, literally. It's a cathode and anode. And that's how the human eye works. But anyways, this stuff connects to the face. And whatever's in the sky, so we could control the weather, okay, it reacts with my face and produces a magnetic field. And it works off of tension. Like if you grab your hair, if you have hair, and you pull it, it gives that type of reaction. And it works with the eyebrows, the front of the face, especially the nose. Because you have hair and the sinuses, and then it works off of bone conduction. This is, I'm no expert, but that's what's happening. Pittsburgh man charged in murder of United States postal worker. Oh, it was on October 7th, 2021. I gotta turn the phone around because it's right here. You see that house back here? That's where this person lived. That's where this Department of Justice report comes from. October 7th, 2021. You know what else happened on October 7th, 2021? Well, back in 2021, I just found out. NASA gave Tesla a contract in 2021. And since NASA run the OSIRIS space program, and there was the first survivor of some type of electrical field, okay? NASA. But anyways, this guy was shot in the head, and there were 7 bullets, and the guy that shot him went to the police station, turned himself in, said that man he shot and his family were harming him, trying to poison him. And then he died in jail. They said he died of cancer. He's only there for like a year. Is there any complaints that the hospital down there at the jail could be holding on to? What's this guy doing down there? Okay. It's already a closed case. So here's what I want to do. Here's information from Nikola Tesla. Alpha waves in the human brain are between 6 and 8 hertz. The wave frequency of the brain cavity resonates between 6 and 8 hertz. All biological systems Repeat, all biological systems operate in the same frequency range. The human brain's alpha waves function in this range, and the electrical resonance of the earth is between 6 and 8 hertz. Thus, our entire biological system, the brain and the earth itself, work on the same frequencies. If we can control that resonant system electronically, we can directly control the entire mental system of humankind. This is the guy that gave us alternating current, gave us our cell phones, gave us semiconductors, gave us radio, but it was stolen from him by a guy named Marconi. Why didn't he bring it out? Because it was unsafe. He knew it was going to hurt people. Oh gosh, what else do I have here? Hydrocephals. Oh yeah, the other part is that he doesn't mention that we have the technology for right here. It's a proprietary part of your brain. It's called a proprietary receptor or something. Proprietary. That's where they go for, because it works with your nervous system, your muscles, your tendons, and your joints. But anyways, hey police, this one's for you. This one's for you, police. Okay, and what this one says: new police radars can see inside homes. At least 50 United States law enforcement agencies quietly deployed radars that let them see effectively inside of homes, with little notice to the courts or the public. This was posted back January 19th, 2015. And what it does, it works, the U.S. Marshal Service. U.S. Marshals. You see that house right there? You can probably hear an echo. And then it moved over there. You see that house? U.S. Marshal. U.S. Air Marshal. Department of Transportation. After 9/11 come, these guys were flying on airplanes. So now it can see inside the home. What's that mean? They have secretly equipped their officers with radar devices, allowing them to effectively peer through the walls of houses to see whether anyone is inside. It's raising concerns, they say, for government surveillance. The agencies, including FBI, United States Marshal Service, began deploying the radar systems more than 2 years ago with little notice to the courts and no public disclosure of when and how they would be used. The technology raises legal and privacy issues because the United States Supreme Court has said officers generally cannot use a high-tech sensor to tell them about the inside of a person's house without first obtaining a warrant, a search warrant. Anyways, when the radars work, they're like a finely tuned motion detector. My neighbors have motion detectors that turn off and on all night long. And there's nothing moving. Using radio waves to zero in on the movements. As slight as human breathing from a distance of more than 50 feet. They can detect whether anyone is inside of the house, where they are, and whether they're moving. Current and former federal officials say the information is critical for keeping officials safe. Sounds like the CIA and the diplomats that were got Havana sickness, huh? Have $36 million from the Pentagon. What did we find out? Did you learn more listening to me rather than hearing the fucking rat race? You guys in the CIA that shit was happening to? When are you guys going to get together? Now they're releasing it from big tech. So it measures your heart rate and your breathing, so I can see you. That's good. Now let's really cap off this video. Neuron specific nuclear protein. Look at this. And that's not even talking about magnetoacoustic protein. The new shit that they found. It's quantum tunneling, passing, doing heat transfer, and doing oh yeah, black holes, wormholes. That's right. We didn't even get there yet. What we find in my brain, and what did you take with that fucking antenna up that school? Okay, neuron-specific nuclear protein. Techniques for studying the brain. Nuclear protein. What nuclear? That's in the brain, I guess. It has axons in there, huh? Remember my dream about Miss Dana Ashley? Oh, there's all this shit. So somebody was using one of those fucking radars and putting it on me in the house. Wow. Isn't that fucking solved already? I mean, NASA, you contracted Tesla in 2021. This shit started happening to me right around that time. Like, right around that time. It was actually 2020. NASA did it first, and they got caught. So they sent it out to you. And it doesn't affect Mr. Musk, because Mr. Musk is like the company owner. And you guys at Tesla are the truck drivers. And if there's a problem with that truck, and you're driving it, you get the fine, not him. Hi, Mr. Musk. I guess we got a problem. It started out in Google, now it's Tesla, and now it's definitely in Facebook. Studies of the nervous system. And what did I say? It reacts with the face. Okay, so your brain's here. There's some type of nanowire, neuron, myelin, whatever you want to call it. It reacts with the face, and it can give you a heart attack, control your eyes. We already know this, right, Mr. Musk? Good. Neuralink, right? It's like, I'm not even going to continue with this. If you get rid of money, there's no money. And now we got electric vehicles and we got humanoid robots walking around. Pretty soon here, it's going to be, you're going to see this everywhere. I could just pick up the phone and say, hey, Tesla, can you come pick me up today? I'd like to go to Neuralink and do some work on brain studying techniques to help the planet. Or, hey, Tesla, pick me up. Let's go fishing. I got a new radio. Let's go fishing. But we could do this, and I could take a humanoid robot with me, and we could learn. If there's no money, what happens is, does all this problem cease to exist, these people searching for knowledge, and how it all started out with Nikola Tesla? You had Russia, Germany, all these guys shooting one another for his trunks. So now what happened is, these people that want his trunks for that knowledge, they started using the tactics that whoever took the trunks. And now this is the fight. And it's across the planet. It's across the planet. So I know what these guys who want the trunks want. I know they want this stuff released. And those guys who took the trunks, I don't get what the fuck you're doing. What is the big purpose of hiding it? What are you doing? Because that reminds me of private equity firms. So now we could have shit up here flying around, and it's private. It's not even government owned. And they won't even report one another. They'll just sit up there and try to shoot one another, or use this brain studying technique and do psycho, what do they call it? Oh, shit. What do they call it again? Psychophysics. Social engineering psychophysics. And then what does that do? It takes people that are in the army, in the military, and puts this brain studying technique shit on them. And then what do? Oh, I'm hearing voices. It's telling me what to do. It won't leave me alone. It feels like my chest is pounding. I even heard Richie from Boston. My chest is pounding. What the fuck's going on? I haven't listened to him for 2 years. I don't know what he's saying, so I can't say nothing bad. But don't think you're safe. Mr. Decker, how are you? Never Lose Truth, Ann Carroll, how are you? Dane Wigington, how are you? Mr. Jim Lee, how are you? Because all this shit is connected to the Internet of Things. And now we're studying fusion, nuclear proteins in the brain. And we're trying to figure out what it's doing. And you're not telling no one. But, you know, all the mind control technologies, all the computers, all the artificial intelligences, they're trying to make them stupid. Well, it doesn't know how to do this. But they can't do it without it. So go figure that one. Go figure that one. And then I just can't figure it out. I really just cannot figure it out. What these people fucking are doing. I mean, I got big tech people coming out. Jeffrey Hinton quit his job like a week or two later after I left a comment at DeepMind. So please get into that. You know who you are. More importantly, why can't I call a Tesla car or an Uber? Can you please take me to Neuralink? Can you please take me somewhere where they're studying this stuff? Can you please take me to BlackRock? How about Synchron or whatever? Why can't that happen? And we got to pretend like it doesn't exist. Hun OSI. I got an agent from OSI from Groom Lake that talked to me at the Air Force Base. I got his name, his email address. You know what Groom Lake is? That's Area 51. And then I have another one I talked to that had a completely different story. So the way this works, one lies, one tells the truth, and then the robots got to decide what they want to do. We know it's happening, OSI, and I cannot send them an email. My emails are fucking tagged. Just like my YouTube videos. They don't go out because it's a virtual reality grid. And now this is the big one when they control the weather and they want to do time traveling. When they cancel that time frequency out through these electrical wires, they could change shit in them signals. They could change your videos. They could do all kinds of shit. They could put a time delay in. They could do a lot of things. They could cancel it so no one sees it. Time frequency cancellation. Hey, ask all those guys that work on electromagnetics what time frequency is. They're going nuts over it. Because since we're studying the brain, and that all matches up with the Earth, like Mr. Tesla said, now you're canceling time. Now you're doing time travel. Now you're seeing people that are dead in your dreams. And they come back and tell you shit. Is that what we're worried about? Because I remember you guys telling me that you released the documents for time travel in a holographic universe, and then you said you're using it for spy purposes. We want to find war crime documents. War crimes. We're going to use these guys that have an ability to... They're doing something, we don't know what the fuck it is. And they could go right into someone's envelope across the planet. This is where we're at. This is worth money. Like trillions of dollars. But the problem is everyone can be affected. And that paperwork I read, the implications of this, Mr. Kennedy, campaigning for president, already said in a video on a podcast, these mind control technologies are real. These people want to control your every move. Every time you move, it's creating a signal in your head. And they're trying to cancel time. Send the same frequency and wavelength to that part of your femtoamperage. And they want to use human beings as antennas next because we're so high in frequency. And you have, or your cells our cells are coming right out of our body. And they're using that to go around and they go into other people's brains with it. You could be connected. Literally a wireless connection. This shit's so hard to believe. It's not hard to believe, but it's like, how did it get this far without someone saying something? And how did it get this far? How did it get this far? This is insane. I hear there's a multitude of people speaking about this shit happening to them. And you could do wrong. We already have the frequencies for a neurophone. Mr. Patrick Flanagan, who invented it, Patrick Flanagan, a neurophone. Makes you smarter. The United States military is using it in jet training to help them learn faster and react better. Okay, it's a neurophone. But the military come and took that kid when he was in school, took his invention, and all they did was weaponized it. We're going to use these frequencies instead. So it never sees the light of day. But we're here now because the CIA released the documents. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do, quasi-government? Because I know everyone who's prominent already publicly apologized to you. I remember us talking shit with all these fucking planes. And I publicly apologized to all of you. Because I didn't know this shit was taking place.